Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Simply Colorful FiberCast. Today's date is March 30th, 2018. My name is Lynn and I'm your host. Welcome. I'm so glad you could sew with me. This is an hour of us sewing together, nothing more, nothing less. So grab a project and let's see what we can make. I'm so glad you're with me. I am going to be continuing work on my Kona challenge. My local quilt guild issued us a challenge, gave us some colored fabric. I've talked about it in previous shows, and I have made some progress behind me. It looks like an upside down graph, and it measures 44 inches wide by 50 inches down, and I think I'm going to leave it at that and use the rest of my fabric for the backing, and that's what I'm going to work on today. So it's going to be another free-form show tonight. This is it for the Kona challenge. I will be done. So I'm doing two sides. I'm putting some of the colors on the front, and then on the back, here in Hopkinton, our colors are green and orange. And so those are the colors that I'm going to use on the back. I have two different oranges and a green, and then grays and blacks and whites. So that's what I'm going to be doing. What are you working on? Send me pictures to lynn@simplycolorful.com and post them on the Facebook page, the Simply Colorful Mystery Quilt Along page, so that others can see it. And welcome to the party. I'm glad you're here. Let's see. So I have to sew all of these things together so that they make something that's at least, let's see, 44 by 50. Let's make it at least 50 by 56. That'll give me 3 inches all the way around for the backing. That'll be plenty. So remember this not very pretty square? What should I do? You know what I might do is just play with making one more house, but it's going to be one from orange and green, orange and white. Why not? Actually, no, because we have this and this. Maybe what I need is a lighter gray. Let me see where that is. Okay, I'm going to be right back. Don't move. Need to get my colors. Here's some scraps. This'll do. How's everyone doing? Hi, Carol. Hi, Deb, if you're out there. I've been thinking about you all week. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. This is the gray. Oh, might not be light enough. Nope. I'm starting a mystery quilt, by the way. The question is, do we start it next week after? Happy Easter weekend, by the way, and Passover. Happy Passover. We might start it as soon as next week. I'll have the fabric requirements. How's that? Okay, but in the meantime, let's make a house with some orange. Hey, who's there? Who's out there? Hey, y'all. Oh, I love this. Oh, did I not bring my glasses? So with my new phone, all of my contacts are not loading. So I can look at it positively or negatively, and I'm choosing to look at it positively and decide that it gives me an opportunity to clean up all of my... Oh, awesome. I need a mystery quilt in my life. So excited. Oh, thank you. Yay. Oh, and she says, Lynn, I just love the progress on your modern quilt. Thank you. Thank you. And you know what? I think that's KB. KB, I'm still getting my I hope I make the cut. You don't even know who this is. It's definitely KB. You'll make the cut. I just have to get you in the phone. That's funny. Okay, hold that thought though. I need my glasses. Oh, here they are, 2 pair. I have had the best day. Can I just tell you? Kim Norton, my friend from high school, came by with her whole family today. KB, you would have been proud. I made chocolate chip cookies, and the house smelled yummy when they got here, and they ate them all. Those 4 kids, including Jackson, who is home from college, if he's out there, and it made my day. That's got to be Karen. That's KB. Oh, I'm so glad you're out there. Okay. Oh, I hate to cut this one. Not funny. Such a pretty one. Karen just sent me her entire name, 4 names. Oh, that's so funny. KEBM. We should have a contest, have people guess what your middle name is, your original middle name is. The E. Oh, well, super. Super duper. I have about 10 quilts in my queue that I am machine quilting, getting ready to machine quilt. I'm excited to do that. Okay. So clearly this is not going to be fun to do sitting down. I guess what I've learned is I need a lot of space to do these modern quilts. Hello, Carol. Happy Easter. She says, just tuning in. Sorry I'm late. Did I hear you say mystery quilt? You did. Do you want to play? I'm going to post the fabric requirements next week. And it will be a scrappy version, but you can also do it with your selected colors, of course. All right. No, let's just put a frame on this and call. Oh, you know what I could do? This would be kind of fun. I could do a choppy little frame around it. Why don't I do that? You know what I usually do is I usually have a big area where I cut these things out. Send me your pictures, y'all. Lynn at simplycolorful.com. What else can I tell you? Kansas City was really a good trip. We were in downtown Kansas at the convention center for Smart Cities Conference. And although it was rainy, it definitely looks like spring is going to pop any minute there. I saw some greenery. I definitely saw buds. The workers were putting new mulch down. You could tell spring is just around the corner there. And definitely a basketball city. The Power and Light District is where we were, and they have gentrified it and put in high-speed internet. It's a wonderful place to be. Really very nice. I discovered sushi at the Drunken Fish, is what they called it. Best sushi I've ever had. So as you can see, I am regrouping, and I'm going to pull out my Goodnight Irene quilt. And you'll just have to imagine taking all of these. And what I do is I lay them out on my table over there. And when I get my tripod, I'll be able to do it. But tonight I'm not going to. There's that. Excellent. Chuck those on the floor. Okay. Oh, the Joann's flyer came. I wanted to make sure everyone who has a Joann's, and I'm sorry for those of you overseas. This one just came in. It's March 29th, so yesterday through April 11th. The quilts, oh my goodness. The quilting materials are 40% off. Senior discount day. Oh my gosh. Customers 55 years and older get 25% off your total in-store purchase on Wednesday, April 4th. Woo-hoo! Okay. Oh, 50% off several coupons. So the quilting fabrics on sale, 40% off your total regular price purchase. This is not gripping TV, is it? Okay. So anyway, oh, lots of things. $10 off your $50. $5 off 35. Okay. That's that. Let's pull out our Irene. Remember last week we pulled this out? So what we have are several of the X's are done. I have to create okay. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of those. I'm looking to see how many of those I need. 24. You can see I didn't read the pattern here to know what I have to do, but you know what? Here are some pieces. That's why I'm never good at letting a project go, because when I come back, I have to relearn it. I've discovered that recently about myself. But we can do this. We have the technology in our head. These are some squares that are 2.5 inch. Okay. Oh, we still have quite a bit to do. Okay, this is good. There's that. Ooh, can spin my seam. Actually, I should ask you all what kind of mystery quilt you'd like. For those of you who are into it. pretty? This is Laugh Love Quilt by Henry Glass is the fabric line. And then the whites are Maywood Studio Whisper Whites. And I'm spinning my seams. I'll show this to you up close, although it might not show very well because it is such a pastel fabric. You see how the seams are spun? That's how they lay flattest, most flat. So what are your plans for Easter? Are you having people over? I think I mentioned we're going over to Bob's brother and sister-in-law's house, Steve and Jean, for brunch. We try to get to church. We'll see on Sunday morning. That'll be a first for us in a long time. But I think it'll be a good thing to do. But we'll see. Okay. So remember this trick from Missouri Star? Now I have to just cut it like that. That's how she makes her variety of 4 patches. Okay. Now I'm remembering. So what I'm going to do is, why don't we make the rest? Oh, let me see how many we need before we go crazy. So this Goodnight Irene pattern, I should show you this, is made from a combination of these 2 blocks, the X block and the 16 patch. And then when you put it all together, it looks like this. Mine's going to be very subtle because the fabric I'm using is very subtle. And now I have to remember, I'm making either the throw or the twin based on the number of packs I have. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so 21 of these, I think. No, I think 24 of each. Okay, so let's just keep making these then, because we have 13 of those. Gee, willikers. Oh, and this one I did wrong. Or, hello. Thank you, someone, for rescuing me. Who's out there? Jean. Hi, Jean. Thanks for sending something in. She says, I'm binding the floral quilt you did for me and loving it. Thanks. Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad. Let's see who's out there. Let me get our bigger screen. Oh, Jean, I hope that you're by the fire. You deserve it. I have not gotten to your quilt today, and I wanted to show everyone. Maybe I'll do that next time. Jean made a quilt out of ties, person's ties, and they're all a pastel color, and they're beautiful. Who's out there? Oh, Diana. Welcome, Diana. Diana says, a quilt. I just finished quilting this quilt my sister made for Project Linus. Working on another while watching you. Oh, good for you. Diana in Oregon. I'm downloading it now. Oh, isn't that nice? Look at those houses. Oh, those are great. I love that. So whimsical and perfect for Project Linus. Welcome. Sue. Hi, Sue. Sue is making lunch bags. Look at that. So there's one. Oh, there's a nice pink and green one for spring. Oh, those are wonderful. Thank you for sending those. Oh, Carol. Hi, Carol. Carol says, hi, Lynn and Fibercasters. This week I've not done much sewing as I'm still working on organizing my fabric on my shelves. That's good. She says, I have done some work on the medallion star, but the red, while beautiful, is actually synthetic and it's slippery and frays like mad. You know, I thought it looked shiny. Now that you mention it, okay, I'm going to show everyone. I've got into the pieced cornerstones, but have put it to bed for the night. I wonder if fusible interfacing would stabilize it. She says, I'm just sewing 4 patches while you are on. I love that. I watched the bag making earlier tonight and I'm looking forward to catching you live next time. Wonderful. Tomorrow morning, which hopefully is a better time for you. Yeah, it'll be afternoon for you, tomorrow afternoon for you. And that's for Patreon viewers. We are doing a live sew-in. We've discovered this application called Crowdcast, and we're using that. So Carol, be on the lookout for the link for that. Anyway, it's beautiful. Your star is beautiful. Enjoy your 4 patches. Oh, this is neat. Sue says those lunch bags are for chemo patients. That's a great idea. Okay, I am going to, oh, that's right. I have to draw my line on this, don't I? All right, forget this. We're going to do 4 patches. No, I'm going to finish this. So it's been a great day around here, having company. Kim came by, Jean came by. My friend Chris had good news on the job front. Next week, we're going up to New Hampshire for a little sewing. Life is good. Okay. So, all I'm doing is webbing these together. I have my white thread, so that works well. Stitch length. Yay! They had electric cars at the show that were kind of cool to look at. Lots of people selling smart lights that are computer controlled, you know, for your city. There were some virtual reality tents or booths where there was literally one booth. They were demonstrating how to intubate a patient on the road using virtual reality. So the doctor could be looking at the patient through this from the emergency room. I think that's how it was working. I don't know. I didn't look at it closely, to tell you the truth. met a new coworker, which was great. She was there from Austin. And I had Kansas City barbecue, which was delicious. I had the pork butt. I think they're ends, burnt ends. Yum. Okay, I'm gonna, even though I webbed this, I'm gonna cut that off so I can spin the seams. There we go. It was kind of rainy here. I'm hoping the weather gets a little better for the weekend. That's a pretty one. Okay. Why don't we put 4 of these together? Oh, it feels nice just to get in front of the machine. I hope you're enjoying a similar flow. As I say, I have many quilts to quilt on the long arm, so that's excellent. And there we go, and there we go, and there we go. Ta-da! Is there anything more fundamentally basic than sewing squares together? I love it. Jean, I wish I could remember what the floral quilt is. I may have to go look at my phone right now. Ta-da! Oh, this is going to be fun. It's pretty. Maybe I'll put these up. Put a few of them up anyway. Yeah. If you haven't gotten yourself one of these walls, I highly recommend it. Even if it's a tablecloth that you can hang over your door, that works well too. Or on the floor, of course. There we go. Yeah, see, it's coming together, the square here. You see that? That's cool. Pretty. Pretty, pretty. Okay. So let's pull these all off. Let's see. So let's hold that for a minute. Finish doing these. Yay! How are you down under? Wendy, Crystal, Peggy, Allie? It's still hotter than all get out. Okay, so these are all done. So now we can do more. Oh, I see. I still have the other side to do. Ha. Okay, which is okay because I am pretty sure I have my sandpaper here. Hold on 1 second. Here it is. And I have my sandpaper and I have my pencil with my lead in it. And this will allow me to take my squares, my 2.5-inch squares, put them down, and with my ruler, draw a sewing edge, a sewing line. So there, I've sewn a line across, and then I put it on this corner. These are called snowball blocks. And I put it on this corner, and I sew along there, and then I cut it off. I'll show you. So I'm going to sew on the line I just drew. And I should do these flag piecing so that we do many in a row. There it is. Now I'm going to cut my 1/4 of an inch off. And then finger press for now. And there we go. I know it's hard to see with these pastels. So that's what I need to do is I need to get some of these blocks. I've already cut. And just draw some lines. This is good to do in front of the TV at night. Get yourself a whole pile of them. The beauty of the sandpaper is it keeps your fabric from moving on you. It's a gripper. And you can get a straight line rather than the end always moving under. We had the start of our baseball season here, and our Red Sox, Bob said when he went to bed last night, he thought they were going to win, but apparently our pitching didn't hold up and we didn't win. I knew several people at the game I discovered last night down in Tampa Bay, which is kind of cool. Do we have baseball fans out there? I know there are several sports fans. I think everyone will be watching Tiger play golf this weekend. Tiger Woods. Can you imagine if he gets back in the running? That would be a comeback story. Oh, who's that? Oh, KB says the Phillies blew a 5-0 lead. Oh, such is early spring baseball, right? Sorry to hear that. You must be going to the Frozen Four soon. Is that what it's called, the Frozen Four, the Frozen Eight? I know it's in Minnesota. So I felt like the Clampetts here today on Beverly Hillbillies. When my high school friend was coming over to visit, I had a refrigerator out in the front yard because it was the old refrigerator that we traded out, wasn't working well. And so we got a new used one, and it has been on our porch since before Christmas. It's always nice. Jean, you made me laugh today many times. It was so good to see you. Let me do one more and then I'll see who's out there. I hope you're getting a lot done. We always comment that this is just all about unwinding and seeing what we can get done in 60 minutes. Hey, Becca. Hi. Becca says, here's the large bag I finished this week. It was a pattern from a Craftsy class. She says the back, bottom, and flap are in faux leather, and the bright batiks are scraps from a quilt project. When are you going back to Missouri Star Quilt Company? Have you selected a specific retreat to go to? Oh, my goodness. Well, let's start with your bag first. That is cool. Look at that. I love that. Oh, Becca. So it's a pattern from the Craftsy class. I really like that. Here, there's another one. As far as when I'm going back to Missouri Star, I've not picked. If you would like to go and you find a date that looks good for you in the fall. Actually, we did get, oh, this is the inside. Oh, it's reversible. I've not picked, and I could be talked into doing something late fall, possibly. Oh, Becca wrote again. She says, hi again, Lynn. After 2.5 years, I finally got all the center blocks made for my paper piece diamond wedding ring quilt, a Judy Niemeyer design. Next, I will cut out the white fabric and sew the top together. I bought the pre-fused laser cut applique pieces all ready to apply to the border. This is a 5-year type project as I only work on it 1 day a month. LOL. Oh my, OMG. This is an amazing quilt. She says, I'll try to join Crowdcast tomorrow. Is there a reason you don't want to use YouTube within Patreon? Okay. So let me show you this quilt. This quilt is amazing. Look at this. I can see why this is a 5-year project. That is great. And Becca, I bet you can't see it too well, but thank you for sharing. That's lovely. So in Patreon, let me back up a little bit. Patreon is a service where we are offering these live sessions where all of us can talk together. We can show our progress back and forth. And there are 2 types of software that we can use to do that, Crowdcast or YouTube. And the only reason I chose Crowdcast was it was simpler, and it was assuring me, it was simpler to say it would be inside the Patreon wall. So this is just for us inside Patreon. I wanted to somehow keep those videos separate, but I ran into a snag that I think I mentioned last week, which is Crowdcast can't stream from my iPhone yet. It can only stream from an Android device. So now I was thinking of looking at YouTube, and especially I saw your note, Becca, about how you have seen Patreon creators using YouTube inside Patreon. So I will check it out. Do you like it better? On those, are you able to jointly work with other people? Because that would be the one determining factor. What we loved about Crowdcast, I don't know if you saw that, but not only can we share views of people, anyone who has a microphone and a camera, up to 50 right now in our trial, can join us and can say hello and show the rest of us what you're working on. Also, on the right-hand side, at least when I look at it, there were all sorts of texts so we could talk amongst ourselves. And the beauty is that we have this community that can get to know each other, not just me, but everyone in the community. So that's what I'm hoping Crowdcast can do. I mean, I can envision, I hope someday that I don't even have to be there. If someone wants to play together, just go into our Patreon site and click there and say, Carol or Allie or whomever, anyone, Sue, do you want to sew together for a few hours and just turn it on? And then any of us can join in. Oh, look, there's Carol and Sue online. There's Becca, there's Leah. That's a long-winded answer for, I really am just learning this. Thank you. I really appreciate you doing homework for me and asking me these questions because they're good questions. And I would love your input if you think YouTube would be a better approach. Okay. Oh, and Sherry, thank you for starting to follow me on Crowdcast. Hey, Sue, the famous Sue in Chicago, who may make an appearance tomorrow. Oh, this is awesome. Sue says, hi, Lynn. I'm watching live tonight, working on Dear Jane block I-13 Sweet Harmony. Ooh, very cool. We'll give everyone a sneak peek tomorrow on Crowdcast if all electronic devices work. I love show and tell, she says. Oh, thank you for being such a willing participant. I'll look forward to that. Oh, Jennifer, hi. Jennifer says, hi, Lynn and FiberCasters. I was so happy to see the notification from YouTube stating that your show was starting soon. Oh, Jennifer says, I missed it last week and realized how much I enjoy sewing and crafting along with you. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad to hear that. She's, She says, I missed last Friday because I broke my foot and spent the evening in the emergency room. Oh, no. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I bet it's painful. Oh, Jennifer, she says, I won't be sewing tonight. I can't put any weight on my foot, so I can't go to my sanctuary upstairs. Oh, I've been waiting for hubby to bring down my Dear Jane quilt. Oh, that's a good idea. I'm hoping to make a dent on the applique blocks. He hasn't done it yet. He's been a trooper working nights, getting the kids to school and home and helping with everything, so I can't blame him. Oh, Jennifer. Jennifer says, however, my yarn stash is downstairs, so I'm going to organize and hopefully find a project to work on. Good. It's going to be very hard to stay still, but you've got to, at least at first. Most of the projects I need to take apart. I've either forgotten where I left off. See, that's like me. It's almost like I can't even begin in the middle of a project. I'm so much better if I just go straight through. Which you would think I wouldn't have UFOs, but that is not the case. Most of the let's see, I've either forgotten where I left off or I have no need for, I have no need for, can we say a maternity sweater? That's funny. She says, Jennifer says, I've attached a photo of a pram blanket I found that needs to be finished and blocked in some of my other UFOs. Anyhow, I hope you have a great night and rest of the week. Jennifer in North Carolina. Oh, look at this. So that's very dark to see, but that's part of her stash, I believe. But look at this pram blanket. Oh, how fun is that? It's like a chevron-y with all of your scraps. Oh, that's beautiful. Or is that one part of, is that one skein that's all different colors? Is that like a Noro, a silk or something? Oh, that's great. I really like that. Wow. Well, Jennifer, I'm sorry to hear about your foot. Take care and keep us posted. So let us know next Friday how your week went. Oh, Leah. Hi, Leah. We'll miss you tomorrow on the Crowdcast, but we'll be thinking of you, and there will be another one soon. Okay. Oh, I'm so glad you're out there. So now that I've drawn all of these, let me just finish this up. I love hearing about all of your lives. I have learned, for example, and your children, and I've learned, for example, Leah has a son who's going to graduate school right now. She has others that are completely off on their own. Isn't it interesting how life is full of many chapters, God willing, and we make the most of it. I did something interesting today also. I'm just remembering. My neighbor, Lucille, took me and her grandsons for a walk up the hill, that way actually, across the street and up the hill into a state park, and she brought the Bible and she read to us the passages, I think it's Matthew, about what happened on today. I was going to say Black Friday, but you know what I mean. Good Friday. Okay, now let's see if we can do a little chain piecing. Ooh, just made a big old mess there. So I just place this down like this. And I'm sewing just a hair to the right of my line, because I want there to be enough room for the fabric to fold over. And away we go. Dear Irene is going to be, what is it? Dear Irene? Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. It's a pattern for your 5-inch squares from Missouri Star Quilt Company. So, a couple of action items that I'm taking is going to kick off another mystery quilt next Friday. And we'll have a theme and fabric requirements. And it will be scrappy if you choose to. And I'm going to find the date for the Missouri Star Quilt Company's that fall event that they invited us to. Hopefully it's not full, but if it is, I'll call them. And I know Jean wanted me to do this weeks ago, and I never did. And let's see if we can get a quorum, a party together in the nice old town of Hamilton, Missouri. Diane, I hope you had fun with Dash having your birthday party for him and his cake. Okay. Go. See, we're getting a good little string of them, aren't we? Yahoo! I love that sound. Let me just finish these off before I start clipping them. I wonder if most quilters have ADD. I've actually been enjoying listening to Dr. Drew, his podcast. He's doing 2 of them, at least 2 of them. One he's doing on his own, and he's really getting into the opioid epidemic. And that's kind of interesting to me. In fact, he was at the White House with the task force there. And then the other one, he's with Adam Carolla. And they're both good. They take viewers' calls or listeners' calls. And anyway, I wonder if quilters all have ADD. Well, my sister doesn't have ADD, and she does quilting. So that's not true. Huh. I hope you all had a good week and you didn't work too hard. One more, and then we'll cut them apart. Okay. So here we go. These are the units of our crosses. Maybe we can sew a few of these together. I hope you're getting things done this Friday night, or just enjoying sitting, reading a magazine, having a glass of wine, or a piece of cake. Putting your feet up. Oh, and the Final Four basketball. Tomorrow night, there are 2 games, and then Monday is the championship. My coworker's son this is a cool story. He's originally from Austin. He's up in New York City, interning at CBS Sports, CBS News Sports, I guess. And they have him down in San Antonio helping produce the games for the Final Four. How exciting is that for a college student? That sounded great. Okay, there's that. Let's just iron 4 of them and sew them together and make one final cross, which is actually very fitting for the holiday, isn't it? I wish I could say I planned that. I did not. Jean says, maybe not ADD, but squirrelitis. No kidding. Squirrel? Ugh. Okay, so now I have 4 of these. Let's place them out so there aren't any duplicates nearby. That's good. You see that? And now I will just sew them together. I hope you get time to enjoy whatever you do this weekend. Okay. This is the leftover piece that goes there. Okay, so now I have webbed my 2 pieces together. Go like this. So I tell you what, next Friday, we're going to have the fabric requirements for our mystery quilt. And think about a UFO that you want to work on. So Jennifer will have made a lot of progress on her UFO that we'll see next week. Her knitting, or maybe her Dear Jane. And let's do that. No time like the present. Who's out there? Oh, still Jean. So that's good. We have a plan for next week. Do our mystery quilt. I'm going to finish this UFO. We'll have it all on the back wall here. Kind of glad my Kona challenge is over. Well, or it's sort of over. It was really fun, but here is a cross. So with that, happy Good Friday, happy Passover, enjoy your Easter. Thank you for being with me today. Always a pleasure. Let me make sure I caught everyone who wrote in. Definitely want to make sure that we say hi. Oh, here, Becca says you didn't see my quilt picture. I've posted it again below. Oh, you're right, I didn't. Oh, that's amazing. Look at that. Wow. Oh, I can't wait to see how that comes together. Those are triangles. Wow. Oh, thanks, Becca. Oh, hang on. Hold that thought. Oh, this is about our brunch. This is from Stephen. Just checking to see if people are into coming to Easter at 66 noonish. Why, yes. I will answer that right away after I hang up. Thanks, everyone, for joining me. Love to see you all, and have a great week and week. And I'll see you here next Friday night. For our patrons, I'll see you tomorrow morning on Crowdcast. Bye.